Siguro yung best advice would be find a problem and then try to solve it. Siguro not through code muna, no? Just a simple problem lang na you can identify step by step. That way, ma-introduce sila na algorithm pala yun. And that's the first step in programming.
Sabi ko nga actually, programming should be for everyone kasi logic eh.
Yeah,
Diba
exactly.
kung parang if and then, no? Kung may gagawin na isa, may action, may reaction.
Kaka-computer, where tech meets wit and wisdom.
Hello everyone. Our episode today is Breaking into IT, the first steps. So, Brill, can I ask you, what motivated you to pursue the IT dream?
Siguro like any other young people na wala pang masyadong alam sa IT. I started being fond of video games. So as a kid, mahilig akong maglaro ng Pokemon, mga games sa Nintendo, and growing up, I wanted to learn how to make those games.
Right, biktima nga tayo lahat niyan, no? Kasi
Oo.
ako rin. yun, no? Kita ko sa PC. Kasi hindi ako ma-arcade, hindi ko afford yung arcade. Pero nakita ko sa PC na masaya din ang laro doon.
Yeah.
So doon ako, sabi ko, gusto ko rin maggumawa ng computer game one of these days.
Oo. So dahil doon, I had kung alam mo yung Game Boy, yung foldable
Yes.
console dati. So I played Pokemon doon. And then nasira siya, and then I used my dad's old laptop to play some games din doon. And then I was introduced to modding. Modding games. Oo. And when you mod games, you had to configure yung mga system files, and that was my first exposure to mag-configure talaga. Oo.
Ako similar to that, no? Mine naman is there was a Blizzard game na sikat at the time, and then may parang hidden characters na pwede mo i-access only by modifying some
Right,
system
oo.
files. No, parang yun, the Bard.
Yeah.
Bard ang doon kasi siya yung allowed yung dual weapon. Kasi yung regular characters bawal yun, pero siya pwede. So yun, kailangan mo i-modify yung system.
Yeah, exactly. And when I was modifying yung games, yung mga in-edit ko lang, yung mga skins which are purely graphical lang, so madali lang. And then when it came to advanced stuff na like may gusto kong gawin ng mga custom scripts, that introduced me to programming.
Right.
And naturally, nung pipili na ako ng course sa college, nag-search ako ano yung pwede doon, and it introduced me to computer science, and that's where my journey in programming began. So before, I had no formal training, YouTube lang, paano gumawa ng scripts, copy-paste lang.
Right.
And then yun, pag college ko, doon ako yung first exposure ko.
Now na nasa industry ka na rin, no? Ano yung mga misconceptions na papasok ka pa lang, yun nga, akala natin lahat, magaling tayo gagawa tayo ng games, pero unfortunately, hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin ako nagagawang game, no? Ano yung mga other parang misconceptions sa IT?
Siguro the biggest misconception pag IT is pag IT ka, you are alam mo na lahat. So parang generalist ka na. So alam mo paano mag-program, paano mag-ayos ng laptop, paano mag-ayos ng kahit appliances. So yan talaga yung
Yung printer.
Oo. So which is I think we both agree na it's very untrue. Kasi as for me, the more experience I have, the more I feel mas marami pa akong need to learn.
Right.
Ganon.
Tayo, meron tayong mga technical background, no? To some extent, nag-modding tayo.
Yeah.
Anong masasabi mo sa someone na walang technical background? Maybe, lumaki sila, hindi naman sila masyadong nagpo-programming to some extent. Ano yung mga first steps na dapat nilang gawin? Dapat ba nilang manood ng mga YouTube muna? Meron ba silang kailangan aralin na libro?
Yeah, so ako personally, and this is what I teach to most of my students na mga career shifters. Don't jump into coding straight away kasi ma-overwhelm ka eh. Ba't ang daming mga words, ang daming mga jargon, ba't may math, ganun. So siguro yung best advice would be find a problem and then try to solve it. Siguro not through code muna, no? Just a simple problem lang na you can identify step by step. That way, ma-introduce sila na algorithm pala yun. And that's the first step in programming, di ba?
Right.
Oo.
Sabi ko nga actually, programming should be for everyone kasi logic eh.
Yeah,
Di ba kung parang lang to, if and then, no? May action, may reaction, di ba? So, medyo mahaba lang kasi may mga and ang haba ng if natin. Pero as long as of sound mind ka naman, di ba? programming is really for everyone.
True.
Like i-apply mo lang yung kung kunwari itong tubig may laman, siyempre kung inumin mo mawawala yung laman, di ba? So logic lang talaga
Yeah.
siya. Oo.
At its core, if else lang naman lahat din.
Oo,
eh.
tama.
Oo.
At its core, no, if else lang talaga. Oo. At this point, I'd like to also thank our sponsor for this episode, Titan Bird. No, they're available at Foodpanda, Grab Food. They also are available at Taft Mall, and I believe they're also available in Makati. So search for them, Titan Bird. You know, sarap ng food nila.
Ang bango.
Oo, bango nga na.
Nagugutom na ako.
And also don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and YouTube.
Yeah.
As you mentioned earlier, meron tayong mga formal and informal when you're starting, right? You teach, I teach also, but for us, we also went through college, right? Right now, meron tayong mga questions about self-teaching, no? Important pa rin ba ang maging graduate ka, may specific course ba, or pwede nang diretso, no? Self-learning lang. Anong opinion mo on that?
Yun, it's a very it's a very common topic, no, whether okay ba maging self-taught or should you go through professional education. And I believe both has their own merits din naman. There are some things na na-achieve mo faster as a self-taught programmer or developer, and there are some things na you really need to have formal education on it. Most specifically in terms of yung soft skills mo, so which are essential din in our industry, like communication, problem solving. Sa school or sa college setting kasi dun mo ma-experience lahat yun eh.
Right.
And especially in learning mga advanced topics such as data structures and algorithms, which if self-taught ka, pwede naman, although mas mas mapapadali if may formal instructor ka talaga.
Right. To. Opinion ko naman dito, no? If you have the means to be taught, no, you have the means, kaya mo naman mag-college o kaya mo mag-enroll to a bootcamp, take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it, no? Kasi life for me isn't a race, right? If you have that lucky opportunity, may parents kang nagsusupport sa'yo, or may savings ka, hindi mo naman kailangan agad maghanap ng trabaho, right? Take this opportunity, enjoy your life,
Yeah.
you know. But of course, for everyone else, kung hindi naman kaya, that option is also available na self-taught ka. And we've seen that also in the industry na madaming excellent programmers and developers na are self-taught.
Yeah.
No, it's grit naman nila yung nagpapakita.
And opposite to that, marami ding graduate may formal education na walang skills din.
Ay, nako.
na napapakita.
Ibang topic na yan, no?
So that's another conversation right there.
Right.
Pero there are some aspiring programmers din na nagtatanong sa akin na should I just drop out? Kasi parang wala naman akong natutunan sa school and all. And I always recommend na kung kaya mong tapusin mo
Right.
yung formal education mo. Kasi sa Pilipinas tayo malaking deal, big deal talaga yung having a degree.
Yes.
So,
For
yeah.
now, no,
For
for now,
now.
that's what we see na pero ang advice ko rin sa mga hindi natapos, no, trabaho mo or it's your prerogative to apply. Kahit nakasulat yan dyan na 4 years, no, apply mo lang. Especially kung mabilis lang naman i-click, no. No harm trying it out. Trabaho naman ng HR to filter it out, 'di ba?
Exactly.
Malay mo, sabi ng HR, "Uy, hindi nga, pero sa the rest of the skills or the rest of the information, parang pwede natin try ito, no."
Adding to that, in my first 2 jobs, I was super underqualified, but I got in either way. So if I hadn't tried that, nag-apply ako, edi I wouldn't get those jobs.
Right, exactly. Ano ba ang mga entry-level jobs for beginner na dapat nila i-aim? Baka yun yung first step nila i-try muna.
Yeah, so for entry level, may mga companies that hire junior developers, associate developers, and there are some din na nag-internship ka muna sa companies nila, and then after months of development, or tingnan nila yung progress mo, you'll be absorbed eventually to the company. So, yun yung mga options that they can take.
Right. Mas maganda bang big company muna sila or small company, or it depends na?
It really depends. Both has their pros and cons din. If you want to jump into corporate, syempre may structure, may formal training ka talaga. Pero medyo magiging slow yung progress mo compared to working at startups or mga smaller companies. Although walang clear structure, but yung experience that you'll gain, although you'll be a little bit overworked, but sobrang maraming kang bagay na matutunan.
Right. Speaking of experience and landing your first job, no, I've noticed na there's that hindi naman heaviness, but there's more like a lot of people emphasize portfolio or at least pre-experience, no? As somebody starting into it, hindi ka pa hard, or this will be your first job. What would you say can they show, or what should they do to gain this pre-experience and portfolio?
So yun, the best way to learn talaga or to prove that you can do something is through your portfolio and by building projects. So when you build those projects, meaning ma-demonstrate mo talaga na capable kang gumawa nun. And bonus na rin yun if marami kayong applicants and then ikaw yung may medyo magandang portfolio, that's a big plus for you, di ba?
Right.
And then even if hindi kailangan ng portfolio yung company, do it for yourself, for your development. At least ikaw, na-train mo yung sarili mo na kaya mong gumawa ng ganito, and then you can showcase it in your portfolio din.
And where should they place their portfolio? Sikat ngayon ang GitHub, no? Would we say the more or less de facto place ang GitHub right
yeah,
now?
because it depends. If you're a developer, programmer, then you can publish your code on GitHub. And then if you're into more of the design stuff, UI UX, there's Pinterest, Dribbble, maraming lots of free resources out there. And then don't just stop at a repo. You can even create your own website by your own domain name, which is what I did. So yun, para malagay mo din sa resume mo later on.
And medyo at least formal yung email mo, no? Sometimes kung gusto mo gamitin yun.
Yung mga email na ginawa nyo during childhood nyo, burahin nyo na yun.
Wag na yun. Weird na name at ganyan. Tama. And siguro, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, kasi nga ang laki ng IT, papasok ka pa lang ng IT industry, ano yung masasabi nating advices natin for them?
Yeah. And I also experienced this. Sobrang overwhelming. And the more experience you have, the more na nafe-feel mo na marami ka palang need matutunan. And the thing that worked for me, and I think would work for others then, is to track your progress. Kasi think of it this way, parang 1 month di mo alam paano tong gamitin yung technology or programming language na to. And then 1 month after, kaya mo na, gumawa ka na ng project and you can showcase it in your portfolio. And in that way, natatrack mo yung progress mo. And then when you're feeling overwhelmed, incompetent, ganun, you can look back at your progress and say, uy, nagawa ko nga to.
Right. So parang yun, small improvements over time.
Exactly.
No? When you look back, yesterday mukhang maliit lang, pero over a long period, ang laki na pala ng difference.
Yeah,
right? Ako naman, for our audience, my suggestion is try to be very good at one thing. Be an expert of one thing. Pili ka. Kung gusto mo maging expert ng Java, go. Gusto mo maging expert in Python, go. It just shows na if given enough time and I guess resources, kaya mo maging expert on one thing. Right? And so, if you're hired or if you're given a project, as long as you're given and empowered and enabled, kaya mo rin gawin yun. No? Kasi it shows na galing ka sa no knowledge and then you became an expert. So, succeeding projects, kaya mo rin gawin yan. I-repeat the process na yun.
Yeah, I fully agree.